Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2. For more Destiny 2 news and intel, today once again is Friday, so we have our Friday weekly update. XUR has returned, as well as Trials of Osiris. So I'm going to take you through all the information regarding those two things, as well as all the other farms, glitches, cheeses, activities that you can use or do heading into the weekend, if you haven't had a chance to play very much this week. Lots of news this week as far as Bungie, Destiny, and other games, most notably Marathon, to cover. So we'll talk a little bit about all of that stuff. We're going to primarily focus, of course, on XUR and Destiny. We got a whole crew hanging out with us today in the tower. We got Bat, we got Scoot, and of course, our buddy, Divine Lord Sinister. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell to post notifications so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 content like this. You can also follow me on Instagram. It'll be linked in the description box down below. Remember, any of those things also enter you into any future giveaways. On this channel, we do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out. And when we reach 100,000 subscribers on the channel, we'll be giving away a new console or a video card if you play on PC. You can also stick around till the end of the video for the secret hashtag you can leave in the comment section for another entry into the next giveaway for this video. Or you can leave a comment down below on any of the topics or loot of discussion in today's video or anything I might mispronounce. All those things will also give you another entry into the next giveaway for this video. Today we have the Vigilance Wing Catalyst as well as the Lord of Wolves Catalyst. Now this is, I think, a good PvP haul overall. The Lord of Wolves Catalyst, I believe this is now the third or fourth time it's been sold. Hasn't been sold that often from XUR, so make sure to pick it up if you don't have it. This is also incredible for PvE at the moment. This is probably one of the go-to DPS weapons currently in the meta rotation, so I actually wasn't using it that much until somebody suggested it recently, and yeah, it was incredibly good. I believe we were doing the Vow of the Disciple raid, a final boss. But also Vigilance Wing, haven't seen it at least in a couple of months maybe. Maybe I'm thinking wrong and it was actually available not that long ago. But pick it up if you don't have it. We have the Orphidius Scythe, probably said that incorrectly, for the Hunter class with a 67 roll. This is, I would say, a pretty standout roll as far as stat distribution goes, 67 being a very high stat roll. Grants 2 knives per charge. I think it's more of a PvP focused weapon, exotic, but definitely pick it up if you don't have it with 67 and a good stat distribution. We have the Doom Marchers with a 68 roll. Absolutely amazing stat distribution on this one. High discipline, recovery, and resilience, and strength, all the things you want as a Titan. Faster sprinting and chain melee damage. This used to be really, really good with Void Titan builds. I'm not sure exactly how it plays at the moment, but I'm sure it's still a reasonably good PvE exotic overall, possibly even for PvP. But let me know in the comment section down below if you're going to be picking up either one of these, and if there's any particular build you run the Dune Marchers with nowadays. And then we have the Prometheum Spur for the Warlock with a 66 roll. Also not a terribly bad stat distribution. Mobility is sort of lost, but intellect and recovery are good. 66 is also of the higher standard of exotics, so again, pick them up if you don't have it. Creates combination healing and empowering rifts. We also have exotic ciphers available for 79 strange coins this week, and we have Artifice Armor for the class item. Again, this is 2 weeks in a row. Unfortunately, of course, Artifice Armor will be getting a change come the expansion this summer. The Rite of the Nine, or excuse me, that's Edge of Fate coming this summer. Rite of the Nine we will have next month, May 6th, but we will get a premiere for the Edge of Fate. We've also had a small trailer for Edge of Fate, if anybody hasn't had a chance to look at that yet. It's very interesting. Looks like we're going to possibly another solar system, or there's some time travel involved. They show the name Kepler, which is the name of a star system where we found many different possible habitable planets, or at least 2, I think, planets that are in the Goldilocks zone, which is where liquid water could exist. My astronomy physics nerd is coming out when talking about these things. But in any case, Unfortunately, Artifice Armor will be getting a change, and we will be getting dropped from the 6 stats that we have currently on all pieces of armor down to 3 stats, though some Artifice Armor I think might be reallocated into those 3 stats, so you still might have good rolls. On the class item, though, it's something that you really can just only build into and get that extra stat bonus slot, so kind of really doesn't play to that at all, but still pick it up if you're looking for a piece of Artifice Armor in the class item slot. I also think that XUR'S should have sold these things a lot more over the last year. But in any case, we also have our secondary page with the Exoitc Cipher quest. Remember, Exotic Ciphers allow you to turn exotics into essentially an Artifice piece of armor. Remember, you can also get red border weapons from XUR'S from the rank rewards. A lot of people don't know that and are always surprised when I say it. You can also get the rank up rewards, which are not bad. Over on our Strange Offers page, we have our Favor of the 9 buff, which will allow you to farm out those strange coins a whole lot faster, even if you're doing low-level difficulty activities, like, for example, just regular strikes in the Vanguard, for example, but not necessarily in the Vanguard playlist. So, as I talk about every single weekend, you can literally just queue up any strike from the directory screen. It doesn't have to be from the Vanguard focused playlist. For example, you could go to the Cosmodrome, queue up the Devil's Lair strike, and just run that over and over again by selecting it, and it will still award you strange coins. And when you have this buff active 3 times, you will be getting a lot of strange coins. Remember, you have to stack it up over 3 weeks if you want to have it stacked 3 times, but even having it stacked just once, always make sure you have this buff active. If you're looking to do any farming over the course of a weekend, you'll still be getting a lot of strange coins, even from those low-level activities. We have the Ascendant Alloy available this week for 23 strange coins. We have 3 enhancement cores for 3 strange coins. I'll take those. We have 17 enhancement cores for 29 strange coins. 19,000 Glimmer for 5 strange coins, 30,000 Glimmer for 5 strange coins as well, and then we have Gambit Engrams, 3 Gambit Engrams for 31 strange coins this week. Remember, you can also turn in 1 strange coin at a time for the strange gift offer, where you can get things like blue armor, but also possibly raid banners, which are never bad. And then over on our strange gear offers page, we have a Hawkmoon with Smooth Grip and Eye of the Storm, and I've been hearing the Hawkmoon I don't pay enough attention to because it can and is a really good PvP focused weapon, and if you get the right roll on it, it can be really, really good. I thought I had a whole bunch of Hawkmoons in my vault, and apparently I must have deleted them, so I might maybe not pick up this one, but I will be looking for a good roll on one in the future from XUR'S. This one, kind of, I think, a mid-tier Hawkmoon for PvP. We have a Crimson, which I actually really like for PvP and is good in PvE, but a lot of people say that I'm wrong for using this in PvP. I don't think so. I think these are really, really good, especially if you play on a console or with a controller. We have the Merciless Fusion Rifle, which is, I think, still very decent for DPS. And then we have a Thunderlord again. I think this is the 3rd week out of 4 that he sold the Thunderlord, but if you don't have it, make sure you pick it up. Always one of the best go-to DPS exotics, or just go-to exotics in general if you're playing an activity and you don't really know what to use. It's really good. For legendary weapons this week, we have a Nature of the Beast with Under Pressure and High Impact Reserve. We have a Friction Fire with Zen Moment and Rampage, The Number with Field Prep and Wellspring, The Vision with Surplus and Disruption Break, a Huscow with Snapshot Sight and Kill Clip, a Blast Batu with Moving Target and Chain Reaction, and then for the Warlocks, though only needs to be picked up on a Warlock, can be used on all classes, we have an Eternity's Edge with Infinite Guard, Thresh, and Flash Counter. The Titans have a really good roll on Crown Splitter, I believe, with Vorpal. Remember, you just have to pick up these weapons on those particular classes for the Hunter, the Titan, and the Warlock, but you can now use them on any class. For legendary armor, we have the armor glitch once again. So if you don't know, all of the armor, the legendary armor from XUR'S is supposed to drop in the mid-60s, no lower than a 58, and we are getting the really low-end 50s, high 40s armor set. This is across the board with one kind of weird standout. I have a feeling that if this wasn't a glitch, this one particular armor piece would actually be really, really good. But unfortunately, Legendary armor is junk this week because of that glitch. You would have think that it seemed like it was patched by Bungie a while ago and it's come back. I don't know. But in any case, make sure to skip out on those this weekend. Another way to pick up some easy, strange coins if you're looking is to do the new mission requiring you to pick up all the chess pieces. There are plenty of videos and tutorials out there on how to find, I believe it's all 50 or 60 chess pieces, and you will get some free strange coins from your collections. There's also a weird bug, I think, going on with that, where even if you find all the chess pieces, you will not be able to, unfortunately, collect the chess piece, or excuse me, the extra strange coins. I believe it's 13 strange coins from your collection screen. So if you're having that issue, this is, I guess, a known bug. Some people have been letting me know that they have not been able to do it. Thank you for hanging out today, Scoot, Bat. I'm sure Sinister is already up waiting for us at Banshee 44. If you've watched to this point in the video, though, hopefully you found something in terms of XUR information helpful. You can also leave a hashtag tinnitusbat or a hashtag Scoot in the comments section down below, or a hashtag Sinister for hanging out with me today. They know where we're going. Heading over to Banshee 44 real quick. Check out what he has before making our way over to Saint 14. We have a Hallowed Words with Feeding Frenzy and Surrounded. We have a Nezarac's Whisper with Genesis, Turnabout, and Extrovert. This is a craftable weapon. Always make sure to see if you have the Tempered Trust haft on it, as that is the best haft that you can get and increases your melee speed. Fortunately, not one today. We have a Sail Spy Pitch Glass with Rapid Hit, Vorpal Weapon, and Right Hook, also a craftable weapon available. We have another Mercado 45. Hopefully I said it correctly this time. I actually thought I was saying it correctly last time. This one with Slice and under over deals bonus damage to targets with over shields, deals a small amount of bonus damage to combatant shields. I did make mention of this last week. We had a hatchling version. Slice is also probably the other best perk you can get. It would be great if they had a Slice hatchling one like the one I actually have personally, but this is a fully enhanceable weapon right out of the box. So you can finally buy enhanced weapons from Banshee. This is something that was only released, I believe, maybe last episode, but whenever you do see one of these available, there's only been a few times over a few different weeks since they have become available that they've actually sold one, or Banshee's actually sold one. So pick it up if you don't have it, and remember you can enhance it. We have a Bad Omens with Snapshot Sight and Cluster Bomb, not bad. And then we have a Hollow Denial, which always seems to be here. Another deep sight activation weapon, so it can be crafted with adaptive munitions, Wellspring, and Extrovert. Quickly, we'll head over to the Vanguard really quick. This week's featured loot is the Palindrome, if you can complete the Nightfall. And if you can get it done on the GM difficulty, you will earn yourself the Adept version. And remember, it is double loot drops this week. We also have the Sunless Cell for the very first time as the featured Nightfall. And remember, if you can complete that Nightfall on any difficulty, you will receive the new emblem from the Sunless Cell. For having it back in the Nightfall rotation, Bungie was nice enough to give us a free emblem. I'm sure most people are or have farmed out enough palindromes, and maybe you're just looking for a few extra Void Eaters, or Lotus Eaters, excuse me. Over at the Eververse store, we have the Shatterheart weapon ornament for the Cold Heart, as well as a few other interesting items. The Crimson Rocket vehicle, which I thought looked pretty cool. I would normally show you all these things, but unfortunately, I'll just get stuck on a load screen because of Bungie servers. We're now going to make our way over to Saint 14. And this week's Trials of Osiris map is Midtown, I believe, but you can let me know in the comments if I'm incorrect about that. As far as I know, it is Midtown. And for this week's featured Adept weapon, kind of a PvE focused week, so anybody who's just going for Lighthouse passages, if you're a PvE focused player, might be a good week to farm, as we have the Tomorrow's Answer as our featured Adept, the rocket launcher. Can come with some very good PvE focused perks, so make sure to farm it out, as I'm sure it'll be a slightly less sweaty week with a weapon like this as the available one. So for you PvE players out there, if you're looking for a good rocket launcher, this is definitely a very good Void rocket launcher for PvE, and hopefully it will not be as tough to farm out this week, especially if you're just doing the Lighthouse passage. Quickly, we'll make our way around the directory really quick. For this week's featured activities, if it loads. On our Legends page, we have the Vault of Glass as well as Crota's End as the farmable raids this week. So if you're looking for the Vex Mytho class, or if you're trying to finish out your quest for, oh, I can't remember the name of the exotic at the moment, but the auto rifle from Crota's End. I think I would know it by now. The Word of Crota? I think I might be incorrect about that, but let me know in the comment section down below. That'll give you another entry into the next giveaway for this video. A little bit of a secret question there, but if you're looking to farm out the Vex Mytho class, now is definitely the time to do it. We also have the Operation Seraph Shield available this week as our featured exotic quest. Our map loads, hopefully, destinations, almost did, and then I had to, of course, switch. Does anybody have this much issue with the load screens as I do? Because it's getting a little bit ridiculous, I have to say. For our featured dungeons, we had the Warlord's Ruin, and I also think we had the Ghost of the Deep dungeon available as a featured this week, but for some reason it's not showing for me. I'm not totally sure why, but I can't seem to find another featured dungeon available. So I'm assuming that was it, as I saw that, I think, on somebody else's screen. Still an issue, apparently, with the Sundered Doctrine dungeon dropping its exotic. I think this is the same kind of thing that's affecting Vesper's Host. Apparently, those two dungeons are still not dropping the exotic as often as they should, so just letting everybody know that. As soon as it's fixed, I'll make sure to let people know. Today's featured Legendary Lost Sector is over on the, where is this? The Neptune. On the Neptune in the Gilded Precept. As I said earlier, it was kind of a busy week when it came to Bungie, as we had the alpha for Marathon. Let me know in the comment section down below if you got a chance to play Marathon and what you thought of it. It's been fairly mixed, I have to say, as far as what people think. I think a lot of Destiny players were not really that interested. And yeah, I made a video about it, but curious to hear what you think more in the comment section down below. If you had a chance to play it, what you thought as a Destiny player. As I said, we also have the Rite of the Nine coming up on May 6th. So that new quest with all the chess pieces, I'm sure we'll play into that. Apparently there is still a secret quest kind of ongoing that is not just the chess pieces, though those are part of it. Some still active right now, and I'm sure people are trying to figure out what exactly it is. It might be something time-gated. We might get a new update next Tuesday, but make sure you at least get all the chess pieces before then if you're looking to participate in that at all. And then, as I said, we had that trailer for the Edge of Fate coming this summer, which was the Apollo codename expansion, now the 9-focused expansion. Really looking forward to that. We had that trailer. Check it out. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. And yeah, there was also some interesting information that we might be going to old Chicago, but I think maybe, I don't know, we'll have to see. Maybe there'll be one expansion where we go to a new solar system and one where we go back in time to like old Chicago or something like that. But in any case, always interested to hear all your thoughts in the comments. Remember, they'll also give you another entry into the next giveaway for this video, or you can leave a hashtag XUR, or a hashtag Trials of Osiris, or a hashtag The Final Shape, or a hashtag Heresy, or a hashtag Marathon in the comments section down below for another entry into the next giveaway. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend, and of course, I am Wilhelm Scream. We will see you next time.